Hello everyone, Nathaniel Gavronsky here, and I'm still here in historic Williamsburg. This is the second capital city of Virginia. They moved it from Jamestown up to Williamsburg in 1699. And this behind me is the palace, the governor's palace, that would have been used by the royal governors of Virginia. The last one really was the Earl of Dunmore, John Murray, and he would come here and he would be the governor of the colony. He's actually all up and down the East Coast. He was the governor of everything because he did such a good job for the crown. They made him governor of everything. And so this is mostly set up the way they believed he had it, along with some of the original paintings and stuff that belonged to the colonies. An original painting of King George is in this facility along with the Queen of England. They aren't original necessarily to the palace because this palace did burn down. But thankfully, drawings and potential reconstruction and remodelings of Thomas Jefferson, when he lived here as the second governor of the state of Virginia, were used to actually rebuild this house in the 1930s, along with the Capitol building here. So if you would have brought like a lot of the founding fathers back to this city towards like the last couple of years of their lives, they wouldn't recognize it because most of the stuff was all gone. The original foundation still sits, and that's actually how they knew where the things were, and so they built it on top of their original foundations. But so as you know, after the Revolution, this building is where Patrick Henry and later Thomas Jefferson would be governor of Virginia from. Only a very short period of time does Jefferson stay here. He hates the house, and he wants the whole capital moved to Richmond because it's further inward into the Piedmont, which is a more luscious area and more prominent area. And also, in case the British would invade, because it was believed that they would probably invade again. And there was always a problem with the British or the French or someone coming in. So moving the capitals more inward was a safer bet. And so the capital was moved under Jefferson's tenure as governor to Richmond, Virginia, where it is today. This building was was done in the 1930s. Inside, though, the carpeting of this building, the original company that made the carpeting, since it was a government building by the British Crown, they kept great records of it. Along with the Capitol building, they had a really good idea of how everything was laid out, what colors it was. And so the company, in the 1930s, it still exists today, they actually reproduced the tile style carpet, the rugs that were used here. Now, the really cool thing about the carpet in here is that it wasn't a typical design of the day. In fact, it's modeled after Roman frescoes in Pompeii and old Roman ruins. So that's where they modeled the carpeting off of. So a little bit of ancient history into early and late colonial, into early republic history of the United States. And this is the palace of the early colonial Virginia's governor's mansion. You see there's a beautiful expansive grounds here. Historic Williamsburg is a beautiful place. I recommend everyone. Most of the buildings all close at 5, but there's a beautiful location. There's a nice restaurant here that has some ties to the original period, but this is a beautiful grounds here. Virginia is an absolute amazing place, and this place is no different. So Nathaniel Gavronsky from the Governor's Mansion in Williamsburg, Virginia. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay wise. As always, stay classy, America.